Right, here we go. Back again. Back again. Okay? And it is a lockdown update. Well, a coronavirus lockdown update. And a bit of a mixed bag, of course, really. But hey, that's life, but not as we know it. Okay? And in London, the mayor is saying that too many not staying home. Okay? And they keep beating this drum that too many people are not listening, okay? But there is serious confusion, okay, with businesses and with just people, the public, alright? Like I said, it is what they have created is a cocktail for chaos, alright? And they are now saying in the media, coronavirus lockdown chaos as Brits grapple with confusing new rules, okay? So people are getting confused, and it's no wonder because the government are never clear. And on testing, it's saying UK coronavirus mass home testing to be made available within days. And it says basically that thousands of 15-minute home tests for coronavirus will be delivered by Amazon, of course, our good friend Jeff Bezos. Alright? And they're basically saying that once everyone's tested, we'll get back to normality. Alright? That's what it's saying. And the police leaders in the UK are saying that UK lockdown may be impossible to enforce. Alright? And this is after a barbecue of 20 people had to be dispersed, right? The police are saying that it's going to be difficult for them to implement the laws or enforce them, right? And it says no fines were levied as the law comes into force later this week. Downing Street said fines would start at £30 and could be unlimited. Alright, so any amount, basically. How much have you got? Alright, and it says one police leader said further restrictions would follow if the public did not stay at home, and a chief constable warned phone lines were already being crippled by people confused by the new measures. Right, so they know everyone is confused, and it's no wonder. Alright, they're manipulating the situation, and people are basically just falling into a trap. Alright, unsure what to do, and then they're saying, look, people ain't listening. Okay, so it's all, like I said, it is basically a cocktail for chaos. But also, interestingly, the mayor is quoted saying, actually, everyone is saying we understand the seriousness of this, and we are going to impose it on ourselves, and that is the best thing, he said. Okay, so apart from a very small amount of cases, people are listening. Okay, but to help the police, I'd imagine, well, basically what they're saying is what's going to help is people's smartphones, alright? And they're going to use smartphones to help implement social distancing, okay? And like I said yesterday, everyone that got that text is probably being watched and monitored, right? Here in Forbes on the 19th of March, coronavirus reality check. Yes, US and Europe will track our phone location data. Get used to it. Okay, so get used to it, folks, alright? And a good YouTuber who I watch, who will link in, knows someone who's already had a text saying that they've been out too much and that they can't go out again. Alright? So it's already happening, folks, alright? It's here. This is 1984, alright? It is here. And would you believe it? Someone else, another figure to add to the list, as Prince Charles tests positive for coronavirus. Would you believe it? Alright? Now, I personally have got no time for the royal family whatsoever, okay? And here, I'll just touch on Prince Charles a wee bit, and this is photos of Prince Charles and his three best friends. Prince Charles, Jimmy Savile, and, would you believe it, the Dunblane shooter. Huh, ain't that an interesting trio of friends? The Prince, a paedophile monster, and the Dunblane seemingly shooter, okay? And here is Dunblane killer Thomas Hamilton, alright? This is the man. This was Prince Charles, one of his best friends, right? And Thomas shot and killed 16 primary school pupils and their teacher in the gym hall of Dunblane Primary in March 1996 before killing himself, right? Seemingly. And after that, of course, they changed the gun laws in the UK. What a surprise, right? Okay? I bet you've seen that before, alright? And of course, Prince Charles, along with Jimmy Savile and other celebrities and politicians, are all involved in the same horrific circles, alright? And I, personally, like I said, I've got no time for any of them whatsoever, alright? Anyway, I did see this article today in the Activist Post, and I thought it was really good and pretty much nailed it for me, to be honest, how I sort of feel just now, right? And the headline says, in Spain, you can't use your own backyard. Police make sure of it. Alright? And this is a reporter from Spain, and it's not really about the headline, but like I said, it says in it, the last days and weeks of the coronavirus epidemic give an interesting insight into the human psyche. Elementary liberties are restricted all over the world, such as the freedom of movement or private property, yet most people accept these restrictions without blinking, as the state declares their indispensability. It then says, most people are little bothered by the fact that the state is violating their freedom massively. They regard it as necessary and good. They do not question the state's authority to restrict our freedom at all. Rather, they denounce those who want to move freely and make use of their property rights. When two brothers were seen playing soccer in the garden of an acquaintance's apartment block, the police were called. Alright? Sound familiar? Okay? And it says, people denounce playing children who are regarded as harmful to public health and put up posters saying stay at home. This is a block warden mentality. The most worrying thing is the high number of willing state collaborators. The parallels with the past are unnoticed. No one seems to care, and it is not even discussed. Alright? Also, as the costs and benefits are not quantifiable, it is hubris to rely on central planning to address the COVID-19 epidemic and come to the decision to paralyse an entire country, even entire continents, not to mention the temporary disappearance of freedom. Unfortunately, frightened people seem to shed few tears for freedom. There is a shortcut to serfdom, and it is called fear. Alright? Now that boy pretty much nails it for me. Okay? This is, I mean, it's like I shared in the video before. It is exactly like 1984. And I mean, that you would almost think I was just reading out of the book itself. Okay? It's unbelievable the way things are. It's pretty shocking, let's face it. And somebody also pointed out this government link. A few subscribers actually pointed this out, okay? So fair play to them. I must admit, yous really are a smart bunch, okay? And it's on about high consequence infectious diseases, HCIDs, okay? and these are government guidelines, all right? And this is in black and white. But again, like I said, it's all confusion, right? And it's basically saying that to their opinion, to the committee's opinion, that COVID-19 should no longer be classified as a HCID, right? So they're basically saying that it's not dangerous. And this is the government's website, all right? This is how bloody confusing it is for people, right? And it just looks like, in terms of outside just now, that people are unsure if they can go to work or not. So they're going to work. Of course they're going to go to work. They need to make money, all right? That's the way it is, okay? They need to survive, okay? So they're going to go to work. And again, there's lots of confusion with who can and who can't, all right? And that's for people that have still, that's for those that are lucky enough to still have jobs, of course, okay? But anyway, actually, finally, before I go, somebody did also mention that 2 of their friends that they know were followed by police to make sure they were going where they were actually going. Alright, so that's the future, okay? Anyway, that is about it. Bye-bye.